Pleased to meet you. Don't know my name. You is the nature of my game. Right. Discord. Speak off. Okay, YouTube is updated. And we're good on the kick side of things. Okay. Pam param param pam 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 param param pam pam pam. Kill the Kennedys. It was you and me. Myself. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, theme avatars. I also need to crack my back. The back. Oof. Kennedy. No. Oh, new one UI. Okay. Galaxy AI. Okay. Maybe. Okay, there's no difference. All right. Let's begin. Doo-doo-doo. I've sucked 8 times. Climb up walls. Oh. Crit. Let's do Fox again. I want to see how far I can get with Fox. Here 2. Two. Oh, yeah. Game music is loud. Hello. What up, hot dog flavor? Mr. Flavor. I didn't go to work today. I kind of had a bad night yesterday. I kind of killed the mood. Projectile movement. Okay, movement. So I just said I'll work from home. I'm okay. I need to distract myself. This family bullshit. Agility, fire staff damage. More movement? Let's get more movement. What have you been up to? All good? Happy that Cloudflare is back up again and you can do your work? Yeah. I mean, I said I'll work from home, but I didn't really do anything. I was just in such a shitty mood. Ads. Attraction tome. Flame walker.
Chupapi muñeño.
Hey, what up, Mr. Nilpona? What's cooking, buddy? Stuck in the middle with you. I will cover the postmortem after a bit. I just want to get my energy up. I'm still like, my head hurts. Life is pain. There's the boss portal. You didn't want to do all the work you wanted to do yesterday? Oh no. The mood is gone. Rip. Knockback elite spawn projectile speed. So what did you end up doing instead? 12 damage. Man, my head still hurts. Consult the Moai. Alright. Oh. I should... Oats. Moldy cheese. Poison. Increase my HP. Grind mood, everything was down today. You're just tired. I feel that. Maybe it's just everyone. Maybe all of our our D-reads are synced. Agility. Me too much tired. Yeah. Global tired day. Yeah. All I did today was like attend the standards and say I did stuff, but it was just risk management of like, oh yeah, I'll get it done somehow, but like I'll just say that stuff was done. Chunker's aura revolver. Do we now? Thorns, crit damage, extra jump. Wow. I feel like game music is really loud. I'll bring that down a bit. Excited to see what happened. People are blaming being a Rust dev. You know that Lunduke guy? I really don't like that guy. He's so like divisive. Always the rest. These takes are so bad, man. I can't. Nuke. Boom. Where was the... Oh, there it is. Okay. Agility, movement, regen. I want regen. Regen. 6 minutes. I'll cut it close. The challenge. I probably shouldn't have summoned that challenge. Swarm incoming. No. Oh. Another challenge. Maybe no. Fire staff. Oh, movement. No. Regen. Fire staff. Revolver. Oh, an open chest. It's 5 minutes, so I can unlock a few more things. Oh, there's an open chest. Man, I don't know why I am so tired. I slept a lot. Not cool. But after an energy drink, after my tea and my energy drink, I'll be so back. Okay, I need to find out what that unwrap command does, or line does. And when I get to that point in the article, we shall. And I'm so above you. Get wrecked. No. Waiting. Oh, the sus guy. Leeching crystal. The loss of... Oh, okay. 1 projectile current for everything. Yes. Critical damage. Let's get the Maui. Thunder mitts. Clap their cheeks so hard it generates a lightning strike. Interesting. Turbo skates. Faster you move, the more attack. Okay. More gold. Oh, nuke. I need a magnet. Regen. Revolver. Let's get regen. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Agility, revolver. I think I moved fast enough. Let's get the waiter, and I'm a lonely boy. Got the cheese. I need a magnet. Flame walker. Yes. Oh, bigger flames. Flame walker, speed, fire staff. Shall we unlock? Yes, we shall. So let's get this guy first. Wow. Ring, dick, dick, ding, ding. Whoa. No. Fire staff, revolver. Crazy frog. No. No. Ah! God damn it. Alright, dead. Maybe him skill is you. New record? No, it's nothing related to Crazy Frog. Oh, I have skins. Interesting. Yeah, so far it's calcium because of his move speed that I can really do things with. ST? What's ST? What's ST? SR is not enabled yet. I should set that up. But it's like complicated because I gotta like not complicated, just a lot of steps. I gotta go to the developer portal. I gotta like get an API key. And Cloudflare was down yesterday. Server side rendering. Whoa, Tony McZoom. The heck, Bush? Alright. It's like Cloudflare was in the way, so I couldn't get that done. Alright, what do you want to listen to though? I don't know why Billie Eilish is here. Next song is Mickey Jackson. Is Techie I set it up or not? I'll have to set it up. I'll have to set it up soon. Let's go to this guy. He has the LGBTQ calcium. Let's go. Okay, they spawned me really near to the portal. All right. Okay. Neo, you okay? Anyone that's named Annie gets this way too much now. Size. Oh, I want to get bigger. Hello, Moslet. Thank you for the lurk. good day for fishing, isn't it? Bone, cursed tome. What does that do? Oh, it makes things difficult. Let's improve the XP farming. Ah! Fireball. Bro, I started the stream early. I want to do a long one. Man, my head. Eep Nation. Annie Fuchsia has a command. Annie, for anytime anyone says Annie is okay. Prime used to play WoW with her, wasn't it? Before? Remember? Quantity tome. Only a few times, yeah. So wait, was Prime in OnlyFans? Damn. I can't afford. Oh no. Bro, when will they change that Kappa emote back? What the fuck, man? I don't give a shit about that COD character. XP, flame walker. Get projectiles. What is this? Boss curse? No. Wouldn't have, you would have been happy if they kept it changed? It would have been funny, yeah. See the I see it on mine, but I'm using Chatterino, right? Let's see it here. Yeah, I see it in mine. This app. Hello, Marco Shack. Oh, Marco, it's been a bit. How are you, man? Good to see you. I really like it. You can like keep your streamers up here. And a prime repo. Yeah, it sounds like something. If it was a prime repo, it'd be like Chatterusi or something. Project account, XP tome. So you know what every emote on 7TV is? No. I don't know every emote on 7TV. Like on my channel, only what's enabled on my channel will show up, right? And then there are global 7TV emotes that's just used throughout all channels. Those are like pre. You too. How are you? What's cooking? XP tome, projectile count, flame walker. Get the projectile count up. 8 minutes this time. Yeah, I don't know what you're waffling about. I'm saying things. I'm just saying things. You're being silly. Flame walker. Yeah, I feel that. My brain not braining either. I'm just hoping this energy drink kicks in and I can cover the Cloudflare article properly. Isn't it tunes? Yeah. I didn't know you dabbled in the marijuana's nail pointer. Is it legal in you don't is it legal in Norway? You don't. Why are you encouraging bad behavior? Doing since good since Lauren hasn't streamed much. You haven't seen me or Mimu. Yeah, Lawrence is busy. He's a busy guy. Like if I was like in a relationship and I had a job to maintain, like being able to stream as much as I do would be tough too. Hi staff. Trying to stay away. It's very not legal. Oh, what the hell is up with the oil countries and not allowing it to be legal? Look at as heroin. Holy. He's a team eater. Whoa, 2 jobs. All right, let's go. Happy for him. Extra jump. Yes. You guys know I used to be a bit of a Lestonia for a couple years. It got me through some no, not in Saudi. In Saudi I'm like dead sober. I don't touch anything. The occasional nicotine, but everything else is I don't. But when I lived in Canada, it was like virtually legal there, and then it got legalized in 2018. Hey, you leveled up. And yeah, it got me through some, like, because I grew up in not so healthy environment that the mentality was like self-hatred, and I don't know, it just the self-talk that I'd have to myself is mostly like negative, right? And it put me in a state of mind where, like, you know, everything's okay. Made me see myself in a more positive light, but I got dependent on it. Yeah, pretty much pilot is good. I got dependent on it. I got addicted to it. I couldn't do anything without like starting my day with a toke. So yeah, it was like it kind of took over my life. And if you are bipolar, which I didn't know at the time, chances of getting psychosis was high, and I'm surprised I didn't like get it until like 7 years of use. So like using it contributed to the psychosis I faced. We need to make water. 5 minutes 26. It was a good old day. You smoke a lot yourself, but ended up wasting so much time. Then you found out you'd rather use your brain and do stuff. Nice. For me, it was like I didn't do stuff regardless, right? Because I was just in a negative mood, and I just stayed in bed. So whatever state of mind that put me on, it just made me do things. But like at some point you just didn't need to like keep taking it. Like if you know you figured out how to not be in a bad state of mind. You know, you just kind of, yeah, I just used it as a coping mechanism. Like, I'm not gonna be, I'm say it's bad, but it's like there's limits to everything, and too much of something can be bad as well. And if you're someone who, you know, you're not facing like chronic pain, or um you're not feeling stressed all of the time, just don't use it, or don't even try it. Like anything, even alcohol, cigarettes, it's just like a little habit can take over your life. Like it's a lifelong decision that happens in like a couple minutes. A lonely day of my life. Haven't spoken. Good, nice. That's good. Me? What did I do? The frick? I want to get bigger. Alright, let's get the boss. But when the therapist that I was seeing at the time helped me introduce like good habits into my life to kind of get over it as well. I'm very grateful. I wish I could have continued being with her, because she was one of the few like therapists that I've interacted with that really understood what I was going through. The rest, it felt like they were kind of gaslighting me. But I couldn't continue because I had to leave Canada. Oi. Sasuke? Oats. Increase HP. Alright, little bark. Let's see what you got. Can't afford. Bum bum. Doo 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 doo. Here gone. Oh, he's so cooked. Here good. Deep down. Still only 3 weapons. Hey, I'm trying. You can unlock more? Two tomes, trash. Hey. I'm not the one facing possible unemployment anytime soon, so like I have stuff to do during the day. That's a little low of me. Is sinking, falling, now love forever, love is free. Poor Tad. How are you, nice shit, dude? There's people of like Nightshade dude generation that tell like, no, you gotta be loyal to your employer. Like job hunt, like job hopping, that's stupid. Like you're not gonna learn anything when you job hop. Gotta be loyal. Stressed AF? Oof, man, I'm sorry. I am sorry. How is job hunting going though? Like, and in your case, like you're just watching out for yourself, right? Like they haven't confirmed that you're out of a job yet. Beefy ring. Oh, burger. Okay. For hand in hand. But speaking of weed, I got to smoke with some epic people while I was in California. One of them is Mr. having to stand up in the toilet guy. And the other was Chris Griffin. What is Beacon? Oh, and Alt F4 stream. I wonder where, like, Mr. Who? Evil blunt rotation. Beacon and I, like, it was me, Beacon, couple other people after a party. I don't remember who the others were, but we were just vibing. The day before it was the day before it was me, Alt F4 stream, and Chris Griffin. We were at a bar, hanging, and it was interesting because these guys are like OGs of software and game dev, right? So they know so much history that I don't. And they were just like catching me up to like what things used to be like, how they got into it. They were also like talking about the chase, like, you know, how you get into this streaming thing, you want to grow your audience, you want to be big, you want to get to know like bigger streamers, blah blah blah. They kind of opened my eyes to like how like they went through it, and in the end they just want to have fun with it. They have like actual jobs, you know, they don't want this stuff to stress them out. And I'm like, yeah, that's the approach I want to take. So nice. What am I supposed to do here in this new place? Flame Walker, common quantity tome. Find the boss portal again. Yeah, I've been raided into his channel a couple times. But I guess I didn't stick around. And like he showed up to TwitchCon and everyone was referring to him as BG or Eric, and I'm like, who's this guy? Everyone knows him, likes him. And then I saw his badge, Alt F was, I was like, oh shit, I know you. Kogo raided into your channel. Not that Eric. It's the better Eric. Alt F4 stream. Under happens and it's waiting. Rashid dude's going through a hard time and I'm just like giving him a hard time. Skip level up offers. Interesting. Imagine if it was NSD. Yeah. I think NSD went to one of the earlier Twitch cons, didn't he? I don't know. Okay, 20 more minutes at the 1 hour mark. We'll cover the article. This guy, the guy who built this game, this is not his first rodeo, like building a game, but I guess this is his first time building a game that just blew up so much. So this is Game Awards thing that's going on where they nominate games for certain categories, and I think it's like best debut indie game that this game was nominated for. And the guy that built the game said that, hey, you know, I want to withdraw this game, or like ask for this game to be withdrawn, because this is not the first time I've built a game. It's quite based off him. Very based. Let me see if I can bring the tweets up. I'm afraid of opening this app over here. Mega bonk. Begging you. This is the, what's this, Young Blood version, right? No, Manskin. Yeah, I'm withdrawing from the Game Awards. It's an honor and a dream for Megabonk to be nominated, but unfortunately I don't think it qualifies for the category Best debut indie game. I've made games in the past under different studio names, so Megabonk is not my debut game. I really appreciate the nomination, support, and votes, but it doesn't feel right in this category. You should vote for another one of the amazing debut titles, and they're all are amazing games. Very cool. Manskin means moonlight. Interesting. Have you tried using moonlight? This thing? It's pretty nice. Begging you. You just install the client Beacon U. Beacon U? What? Man. Oh, big. Oh, never mind. My brain is really not braining today. Bacon. Now I can't unhear the Bacon U. I wish, man. I wish. Oh, well, I want to add. Let's see. Young Blood. There's a song. Zombie? Was this it? I was made for loving you. Yeah, this one. Add to queue. Zombie. Nope. Add to queue. Spicefy? What does it do? I want to know what. Pi C5. Oh. Oh, it's like teaming. This is like better Discord for Spotify. Themed extensions, nice. All right. Rare bone. Doo doo. Um I'm gonna have to get the resident furry to explain what unwrap means today. Yeah, I mean, what I meant by resident furry. Extra jump, yeah, let's go. It's funny how, like, yeah, there are memers, like people hating on Rust as a meme, and then there are people who actually hate on Rust, and I don't understand what their deal is. Um. Like for Arch, right? There, not Arch, just Linux in general, or the Bash CLI tools. Yeah, there's the ones that are standard that comes with every distro. But sometimes you want, you know, better theme, additional functionality, and like you want it to run faster. And there are these like equivalents like Paru instead of Yay, Bat. What else? ZD or Zoxide. And they're cool, but people are just hating on them because they're built on Rust. I'm like, okay. You don't have to use it. It's not forced on your OS. Power up, crit chance, elite spawn, power. But this is the Youngblood version. That's the banger. Bow, 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 bow. Down, down, down. Helper totally depends on the mirror list. For Paru, right? Yeah. Now, I'm not just talking about just Paru specifically. I'm talking about like all of these. I wouldn't even say they're rewrites. They're just like best language is C. This is like I cannot disagree. That's why we need to use PowerShell core instead of bash. Oh yeah. I'm doing bad this round. Why haven't I unlocked enough? And one person, and there's at least one person. Oh no, Togglebit is the Rust guy, right? What's his name? Sergeant Pepper is a big Rust guy as well. I need to tune into Togglebit's stream a bit more. I've seen him around on chat and I've been raided in, or like I've opened. Yeah, I've been raided in. I've never hung out. Can't get enough. Oh, was my Regent home? 4 minutes. At work, you hate it. I don't know what the reasoning is, but we are rewriting a lot of our modules and porting them over from Node to .NET. Yeah, but I do not work with. I've never been around the backend devs because they're all out of the country. They're all like outsourced. I started off as an outsourced hire as well. I just don't know why they asked me to like. I liked it better. It's not. I didn't get paid as much, but like I had time. I had like, you know, control over my own time. I got to work remotely. I got to travel while I worked. But I visited them and they're like, okay, we'll hire you full time, making you this offer. I'm like, okay, that's kind of spicy. Nice offer. You see, I have the joke, but because you can't see Sean. It's the first time I've heard that joke, Neil Piner. Bravo. That sounds like a dev girl joke as well. Mm. They wanted you Visual Studio, but you didn't have it for Mac. They don't have it for Mac. Good Neomem LSP. Nice. Alright, let's get this boss. Oh man, I'm not doing enough damage. I might be cooked. Can I kill him in 2? Pants. I don't know what those pants do. I'm back. Made bacon and egg Sammy on sourdough. Ooh. You're gonna have to I'm gonna cover the cloudflare thingy in a bit, maybe after I lose this. Need the resident furry to explain what unwrap means. Sounds like quitting Mega Bonk. Maybe. I want to cover the postmortem. I'm doing a bit of articles now, Nightshade dude. Do you not want to hear my takes? Jump higher and further. Earn money by moving around. Sounds like one of those crypto apps that are like, you know, earn crypto by walking. Oh. Oh, did I defeat the boss? Where's Little Bark? Where is Little Bark? Projectile speed, more counts. Look. 1 minute. Say, oh Mac, come by and buy it now. Tempting to say no because you're tired? Your brain is not braining today. Oh no! No, no, no. Fuck. Fuck! No, no. Got him. Regen! No! Give me that movement. Yeah. So slow. Whoa, wait. Why did I get disconnected? Oh, someone wants to come by today. Oh, already? Damn. That was quick. How much are you selling it for? Final swarm. Let's get the shield. Projectile speed. Get the count. No, no, no. I hate these guys. Alright. Come on, little bark. Get it. Get Rick. Come on. Come on. So close. I'm clenching. Oh, yes. Help. 1,500. No extra cost. Damn, that's good money. Oh, very strong. Lightning staff, bone. Let's get that bone. Yes. All right, let's find the vibes are off. Oh, Nori, welcome in, buddy. You're at work. Hope you're having a good day at work, guys. Nori is fun. Guys, he's back in the game. I'll check him out. One of the OGs when I started streaming. Gain projectile count. Lifesteal. Be bonking today. I get Mac, you get rid of a Mac. Sounds like a deal. HP regen. Elite spawn. Nori also does these, like, I don't know what the name of the tool is, but it's like those drummer, like, you know, Guitar Hero, but like with drums. He plays banger music and somehow is able to keep up with chat while all of that is happening. It's wild. Okay, I found the other portal. Okay, how do I get there? A Guitar Hero game for those DJ pad things that Skrillex uses? What are you saying? Can I make it? Yes! Okay, I found the portal you would buy. Fire staff, regen, tome. My regen is good. I just need more health. Projectile speed. Alright, let's get better regen. Like this. Let's check it out. Am I gonna get DMCA'd? I'm gonna get DMCA. No? No, this is a cover. It's okay. Oh, these things. Yeah. These are cool. Holy. We're gonna get another drink. Be right back. Like, this is like 2008 earworm. Take care, Nori. Thanks for coming. There's this guy called Asadi that I used to listen. Chupapi.
Chupapi
Oh, there it is.
muñeño. Chupapi
Yeah,
muñeño.
Chupapi all over your menu. No! That's it, dude. Come on. Alright, there you go. You paid for this, by the way. Nightshade dude paid for this, everybody. No, there's so many redeems. Alright. Sexo with Timo hat. 2 Sexos. I would have given you a really long Sexo, but you redeemed 3 Sexos. 4 Sexos. What the hell? Can you... As a mod, can you like redeem yourself? Is that what you're doing? Right. No, you have lots of points. Can I redeem? That's way too many redeems. How do I fucking... Sorry, do not redeem.
Hey!
But first, I need to see what the
Hey!
Sexo emo... There
This
you
is
go.
library.
Okay. You asked for this. Okay, how do I redeem? Redeem. No. Refund points. Viewer rewards and channel points.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me. Here too much raining.
Wait, how do I do it? Where's viewer rewards? Do I need to Yeah.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
There's so much happening. I'm so overwhelmed. Rewards request queue. There you go. Whoa. I have a bunch. Reject and refund. Reject and refund. There is free sexo. I sold myself out for free. Okay. Try find scammed. Amazing. But because I gave it for free, you had to rate my sexo. You're obliged to rate it out. No. No. Okay, no fall damage. I'm 69 to 420. How good was my sexo? Where's the music? Oh, I paused it. Oh no, it's playing. Oh, this is such a good song. I love Supertramp. When I was young, I want to make this a sound redeem. Have the video up. Where's the sound?
What, Sudeep? Too much cock you're showing, bro. Frankly, I'll tell you, Sudeep, you're showing too much cock, bro. You come to Malleshwaram area, I'll pop you with my gang. I said you once and I'm setting you once more time, Sudeep. I'll pop you if you show too much cock to me again. You and that fucker friend we know, I'll pop both of you, Ra. I have one gangster on my side, Ra, ready and I'll pop you. What?
That would make an epic redeem. Alright. Too much cock you're showing, Sudeep. Okay, I need to get out of this second area. Lightning staff damage, more regen. Oh, music. No, fuck. All right. Let me enjoy the game. You new Rust? What are you talking about? Resident Rustition? You're asking me? I said resident furry. Are you talking to me? I don't know anything about Rust. I'm not a dev. I'm terrible dev. You're not either. I didn't mean it as a slur. Like, it's okay to be a dev. You don't have to be embarrassed about it, Nightshade, dude. Mm. Business intelligence. He's this guy. Power BI's. Um. Oh no, Milky, what happened? Yeah, what did I come to Twitter for? Oh my god, I can't even search in peace. Going crazy on Twitter, yeah. But like, I think he's found his brand. I think he's found what does well on his Twitter, and it's just like making fun of himself for being unemployed. Like, but this is pretty funny that Google liked his post. How much? 43 million. Holy sh! Something so special and awesome. Does it? Does it look good? You're just trying to get your job back. To all unemployed software engineers. All right. Okay. Postmortem. Can I look like someone whose takes should be taken really seriously right now? Flashbang. Oh, is there dark mode? Dark. Didn't I get that dark mode widget that I again deleted?
Bad kitty.
Bad kitty. No kitty. I didn't want to bother him today. Oh wait. I'm just go to there's no reader mode. Special
What is
occasion.
he doing?
It's for you.
Special
Darth
occasion.
Vader. Special occasion. The Edge web store? Yeah. What's wrong with the Edge web store? Oh, it's on by default. Nice. All right. Let's see. All right. Cloudflare outage on November 18th, 2025 by the CEO, Mativ. On November 8th, why did the CEO, November 18, 2025, 11 UTC, all times in this blog are UTC, okay? Cloudflare network began experiencing significant failures to deliver core network traffic. This showed up to internet users trying to access our customer site as an error page indicating a failure within Cloudflare's network, okay? The issue was not caused directly or indirectly by cyber attacks or malicious activity of any kind. One sec. One sec. What do you say? How many points do you have, Nightshade, dude? How long have you been lurking? All right. Instead, it was triggered by a change. Sorry, bot. Oh, Seribot banned something? Seribot's a good bot, by the way. Very good bot. Very worth. People should, everyone should have Seribot. And it's crazy that this is something Twitch can't do themselves. Like, why do we have to rely on Seribot to ban these water thingies? All right. Instead, it was triggered by a change to one of our database system's permission, which caused the database to output to multiple entries into a feature file used by our bot management system. That feature file, in turn, doubled in size. The larger than expected feature file was then propagated to all the machines that make up our network. Trying to process what I just read. Okay. The software running on these machines to route traffic across our network reads this feature file to keep our bot management system up to date with ever-changing threats. The software had a limit on the size of the feature file that was below its doubled size. That caused the software to fail. Software had a limit on the size of the feature file. Okay. After we initially wrongly suspected the symptoms we were seeing was caused by hyperscale DDoS attack, we correctly identified the core issue and were able to stop the propagation of the larger than expected feature file. Wasn't there a poly market? Cloudflare? No, I'm pretty sure I saw like a different one. Maybe it's on X. No, I think I saw a meme by Vic. Right? Yeah, no, this one. Lost a lot of money today by betting on DNS. There's like DNS BGP AI written code hyperscale DDoS attack, thick config file. But say like there was a proper poly market for this, and you're like in the war zone of like trying to figure this issue out. You can kind of like insider trade this. That's insane. You're gonna like, oh, not able to meet her today. It's tomorrow. Oh, a lady. Did people make money on this? This is an older one, eh? Oh no, this is the same one yesterday. Okay. Would be fun if she canceled because lazy. This was illegal, right? What was illegal? Polymarket? Is it illegal? In the US, it's not, right? Polymarket, Kalshi, all of those prediction thingies. I personally don't like those websites and how like they're peddling gambling on world events. As anything gambling, I'm like, it's so predatory. Betting, so it depends on local laws. Okay. Yeah, local laws. Yeah. It's funny because Saudi ownership of stake. real. Okay, this is something else. Okay. I had a feeling I read something about Saudi's involvement with stake. Maybe I'm wrong. Because that would be like where like gambling in Saudi now. Big now. Unless you're like royalty. FBI raids apartment of election betting site Polymarket CEO and seizes cell phone. All right. Seized a cell phone, other electronic device and betting site Polymarket CEO Shane Copland in a raid on his New York City apartment early Wednesday during elections. Wagered correctly and controversially in Donald Trump's favor in bets on who would win the presidential election, even though opinion polls showed a tight race. Copland, 26. He's 26, younger than me. Was home when numerous agents entered his apartment Wednesday and he turned over his devices to authorities, the source said, adding that he has not been arrested or charged. Source said it was not clear whether Copland or Polymarket are targets of an investigation. New phone after the raid. Want to see that? Okay, Polymarket, which Copland founded in 2020, has recently been the subject of intense debate and scrutiny. Is the music too loud? Fine, right? Um, it brought in more than 3.6 billion from bets placed on the presidential election, including 1.5 on Trump and 1.1 billion on Kamala. All right. Speculation has swirled around the identities of major bettors who wagered on Trump and whether or not the odds and existence of these markets could have had an effect on voters. Would it? Like, what would the difference be for voters who look at a prediction market to see who's going to win, make an impact on their decision on who they want to vote for? But it's not any different from like all of the news websites or, you know, the big news channels that cover these elections and constantly make predictions and graphs of who is going to win. The US election betting is newly legal in some circumstances. Polymarket is not supposed to allow US users. No, people will vote for the one winning the bet. Why? Like, what's the reasoning behind that, though? Some people are that dumb. Okay, that's a good reason, though. That's pretty valid. Uh, Polymarket's not supposed to allow US users after the Commodity Future Trading Commission halted its operation in 2022, but its user base largely operates through crypto, which allows for easy anonymity. Copland has continuously defended the site as non-partisan, blaming the Biden administration and the recent Democratic loss for the raid. Before Polymarket, people used to bet on what's his name's site? What's his name? Sam Bankman-Fried's site. Forgot the name of it, the website. FTX. People used to bet on elections there. I remember back during my crypto degen days. I'm so glad I didn't put money into FTX though. But where I did put money into, I'll get into that after I finish this, and then we will somehow get back to this. It's discouraging that the current administration would seek a last-ditch effort to go after companies they deem to be associated with political opponents. Polymarket has provided value to tens of millions. Values? How many people probably died because of gambling? I'm seriously considering buying one of these, Bab. Right, I'll check it. This it's the launch pads. All right. For providing market correctly called 2024 at work. Polymarket is fully transparent prediction market that helps everyday people better understand the events that matter most to them, including elections. We charge no fees and take no trading positions, allow observers from around the world to analyze all market data as a public good. We look forward to standing up for ourselves and our community, continuing to help everyday people understand important world events. Okay. Yeah. Hot dog flavor water. What color is your Bugatti? Quadriga CX. We'll get into this story after we cover the Cloudflare outage. Oh, before I get, Tubbo, this big Minecraft streamer. I don't know how, but the guy taught himself to DJ, and I watched his stream yesterday, and he's good, man. He's really good. Like I'll stick around for his DJ streams, but in Minecraft not really my thing. He's really good DJ, and he's self-taught. Very cool. I wish I had that kind of free time. Okay. Where was I? You will start the propagation larger than expected feature file and replace it with an earlier version of the file. That was below its double size. That caused the software. No, wait, back. We worked over the next few hours to mitigate increased load on various parts of our network as traffic rushed back online. All systems were functioning as normal. We are sorry for the impact to our customers and to the internet in general. Sorry, internet. Given Cloudflare's importance in the internet ecosystem, any outage of any of our systems is unacceptable. That there was a period of time where our network was not able to route traffic is deeply painful to every member of our team. We know we let you down today. This post is an in-depth recount of exactly what happened and what systems and processes failed. It is also the beginning. In the beginning, though, I want to make the in the beginning. In fact, you're too big. Yeah, too big. I know, like you said on Top Shelf, that we need to go to on-prem, or like on-prem is the way. That would be the ideal scenario, but man, managing on-premises is a nightmare. A nightmare. I think we need, like, big cloud is too big, and they should be more clouds. And they shouldn't all be like interdependent on each other. More clouds, yes. Or you could go multi-cloud and do what we did. Use Azure AD to log into GCP. Multi-cloud. Plan. Hard, that is fun. Imagine the internet down, you're still up because you don't cloud. Yeah, it is a bit of a flex. On-prem is like, if you're a big company and you have the resources to do on-prem, then yeah, go for it. But you also, if you're a smaller company, you don't really have to maintain very high uptime. And if if your company goes down, your customers are not going to get that mad. Having to manage, like, on-prem and then have a DR in a completely separate location with that's not going to be affected by like the same natural disaster or like any physical event. Contracts with the ISP, staff to keep everything run, all having to manage all of that. It's expensive. Bro, what was that? 8 sleep? The 8 sleep is their the uptime in their SLA. Which was constantly used because Cloudflare used to go down frequently. We went ahead and rented a shared DC. 5/8. Singular 8. No, okay. The outage. The chart below shows the volume of 5xx error HTTP status code served by the Cloudflare network. Normally, this should be very low, and it was right up until the start of the outage. Okay, that's when it started. A little bit of a roller coaster. What happened here? Volume prior to 1120 is expected baseline. Okay. Across our network, spike and subsequent fluctuations show our systems failing due to loading the incorrect feature file. What's notable is that our system would then recover for a period. This was very unusual behavior for an internal error. Okay. Explanation was that the file was being generated every 5 minutes by a query running on a ClickHouse. What the heck is ClickHouse? Their local DB. Interesting. Oh, so it works with multiple databases. Why is it called ClickHouse? She's a ClickHouse. All right, database cluster, which was being gradually updated to improve permission management. Bad data was only generated if the query ran on a part of the cluster which had been updated. As a result, every 5 minutes there was a chance of either a good or a bad set of config files being generated and rapidly propagated across the network. This fluctuation made it unclear that what was happening, as the entire system would recover and then fail again, as sometimes good, sometimes bad config files were distributed to our network. Initially, this led us to believe this might be caused by an attack. Eventually, every ClickHouse node was generating the bad config file and the fluctuation stabilized. Nice, you're failing everywhere, and it's stabilized. Errors continued until the underlying botnet attack was. But I really like the story of the Mirai botnet. It's great that one kid did it. This was starting at 2:30. We solved the problem by stopping the generation and propagation of bad feature file and manually inserting a known good file into the feature file distribution queue, and then forcing a restart of our core proc tree. Eventually consistent out eventual failure is my best friend. Oh, that's pretty funny. The remaining long tail in the one sec. I'd yoink this, but gotta give credit where credit's due. Why can't I find you on Twitter? I found you. What attribution? It's okay. Errors continued until the underlying issue was identified and resolved. Where was I? We solved the problem by stopping the generation of propagation of the feature file manually inserting a known good file into the feature file distribution queue. then forcing a restart of our core proxy. The remaining long tail in the chart above is our team restarting remaining services that have entered a bad state. Return normal. So long tail. Oh, okay, this one. All right. Following services were impacted: core CDN and security services. It's funny because one of my close friends works at like some social media company here in Saudi, like a Saudi based social network. And they're like moving to Cloudflare. And I want to know like what his side of the story. The screenshot at the top of this post shows the typical error page delivered to the end users. Turnstile failed to load. I kind of like Turnstile. It doesn't bug me to click on unnecessary things. Like I don't want to train some like I don't want to spend my time on the internet training like some AI models. I spend enough time doing that. Workers KV returned a significantly elevated level of HTTP 5 XXX errors as requests KV front-end gateway failed due to the core proxy failing. Dashboard mostly operational. Most users were unable to log in due to turnstile. Okay. Email security. While email processing and delivery were unaffected, we observed a temporary loss of access to an IP reputation source. Ooh, lost access to threat intel, which reduced spam detection accuracy and prevented some new domain age detection from triggering. Who's using Cloudflare for email security? Damn, okay. With no critical customer impact observed, we also saw failures in some auto move actions. All affected messages have been reviewed and remediated. Access. Authentication failures were widespread for most users, beginning at the start of the incident and continuing until a rollback was initiated at 1:05. Any existing access sessions were unaffected. All failed. All right. DMARC. But DMARC emails are so irritating. I'm getting like, we put a DMARC record just to, mostly to like make things look shiny to the CEO and like, look, we improved our email security. Because what's that website that like does a domain check and shows like, look, Qualys, SSL, yeah, and it like generates a shiny little report showing the state of our domain. But man, it's so spammy. I'm like, I don't want to be expected to go through these. Successful logins during this period were correctly logged during the incident. Any access config updates were attempted. Hey, Jan, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome. We're chilling. We're investigating the Cloudflare issue that happened yesterday. Like, I lost access to Grinder and Sniffer, and I'm crashing out. So I gotta get down, get to the bottom of this. CDN during our impact period. This was due to large amounts of CPU being consumed by our debugging and observability systems, which automatically enhance uncaught errors with additional debugging information. How Cloudflare processes requests and how this went wrong today. Every request to Cloudflare takes a well-defined path to our network. It could be from a browser loading a page, a mobile app calling an API, or automated traffic from another service. These requests first terminate at our HTTP and TLS layer. Yeah, like half the internet was dead, man. But like, good on you. Like you were offline. You were probably like studying and working hard, touching grass. I was like trying to open Twitter and like scroll and like nothing is working. So I closed Twitter and then like 10 seconds later I'll open Twitter again and like then flow into our core proxy system, which we call FL for frontline, and finally through Pingora, which performs cache lookups or fetches data from the origin if needed. We previously shared more detail about how the core proxy works here. Not interested. Ping Aura. As request transits the core proxy, we run various security and performance products available in our network. The proxy applies each customer's unique config and settings, from enforcing the WAF rules and DDoS protections to routing traffic to the developer platform in R2. It accomplishes this through a set of domain-specific modules that apply the configuration and policy rules to traffic transiting our proxy. One of those modules, bot management, was the source of today's outage. Cloudflare's bot management includes, amongst, I think the music's a little too loud. I'm gonna bring it down. A machine learning model that we use to generate bot scores. For every request traversing our network, our customers use bot scores to control which bots are allowed to access their sites or not. The model takes as input a feature config file. A feature in this context is an individual trait used by machine learning model to make a prediction about whether the request was automated or not. The feature config is a collection of individual features. The feature file is refreshed every few minutes and published to our entire network and allows us to react to variations in traffic flows across the internet. It allows us to react to new types of bots and new bot attacks. So it is critical that it is rolled out frequently and rapidly, as bad actors change their tactics quickly. A change in our
Anti-file only tool get make a deal with guaranteed get him to solver. Plus running up that, running up that, kill running up that был винши. If I only could, плохо.
Bruh, he had a stroke in the middle. Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare trying to get through this article. It allows us to react to new types of bots and new bot attacks. So it's critical that it is rolled out. Sometimes too much, yeah. And easier for our attacker to target. Oh, right. Because they're giving a very detailed explanation of like their infra. Eh? So it's critical that it's rolled out frequently and rapidly, as bad actors change their tactics quickly. A change in our underlying ClickHouse query behavior explained below, that the generated file caused it to have a large number of duplicate feature rows. This changed the size of the previously fixed size feature config file, causing the bot's modules to trigger an error. As a result, the 5xx error codes were returned by the core proxy system that handles traffic processing for our customers for any traffic that depended on the bot's modules. This also affected workers' KVM access, which rely on the core proxy. Unrelated to this incident, we were and are currently migrating our customer traffic to a new version of our proxy service, internally known as FL2. Both were affected by the issue, although the impact observed was different. Customers deployed on the new FL2 engine observed 5xx errors. On the old proxy engine, known as FL, did not see the errors, but bot scores were not generated correctly, resulting in all traffic receiving a bot score of 0. Customers that had rules deployed to block bots would have seen large numbers of false positives. Customers who were not using our bot score in their rules did not see any impact. Throwing us off and making us believe that this might have been an attack was another apparent symptom we observed. Cloudflare status page went down. The status is hosted completely off Cloudflare's infrastructure. Oh, with no dependencies on Cloudflare. While it turned out to be a coincidence, it led some of the team diagnosing the issue to believe that an attacker. Yeah, but like, how did it go down then? To believe that an attacker may be targeting both our systems as well as our status page. Visitors to status page at the time were greeted by an error message. In the internal incident chat room, oh my god, they leaked the chat. We were concerned that this might be a continuation of the recent spate of high volume ISURU DDoS attacks. Interesting. I worry this is the big botnet flexing. The query behavior change. I mentioned about that a change in the underlying query behavior resulted in the feature file containing a large number of duplicate rows. The database system in the question uses ClickHouse software. For context, it's helpful to know how ClickHouse distributed queries work. Well, how did this go down though? Just a coincidence. Okay. Contains all of the shards. Okay. To query data from all shards, we have so-called distributed tables powered by table engine distributed in a database called default. Yeah, all he said is it's just a coincidence. But what weird timing. The distributed engine queries underlying table in database R0. The underlying tables are where data is stored on each shard of a ClickHouse cluster. Queries to the distributed tables run through a shared system account as part of efforts to improve our distributed queries, security, and reliability. There's work being done to make them run under the initial user account instead. Before today, ClickHouse users would only see the tables in default database when querying table metadata from ClickHouse systems tables such as system tables or system columns. Since users already have implicit access to underlying table in R0, we made a change at 11.05 to make this access explicit so that users can see the metadata of these tables as well. By making sure that all distributed subqueries can run under the initial user, query limits and access grants can be evaluated in a more fine-grained manner, avoiding one bad subquery from a user affecting others. The change explained above resulted in all users accessing accurate metadata about the tables they have access to. Unfortunately, there were assumptions made in the past that the list of columns returned by a query like this would only include default database. Okay. Note how the query does not filter for the database name, with us gradually rolling out explicit grants to users of a given ClickHouse cluster. After the change at 11.05, the query above started returning duplicates of columns. A lot of this is going over my head, by the way. Because those were underlying tables stored in the R0 database. This unfortunately was the type of query that was performed by the bot management feature generation login to construct each input feature for the file mentioned at the beginning of the section. The query above would return a table of columns like the one displayed simplified example. Okay. However, as part of the additional permissions that were granted to the user, the response now contained, oh, this song is a banger. Wait, is this what I'm thinking? No, this is the wrong one. But Depeche Mode is pretty cool. But at the start, it sounded like that, forgot the name of the song now. That monkey song. Song with guys in monkey suits. Music video. Oh, this one, The Bad Touch. Yeah. Bruno Mars? Was there a Bruno Mars monkey suit song? Memory pre-allocation. All right. This is what like the internet is raging about. Each module running on our proxy service has a number of limits in place to avoid unbounded memory consumption and to pre-allocate memory as a performance optimization. In this specific instance, the bot management system has a limit on the number of machine learning features that can be used at runtime. Currently, that limit is set to 200, well above our current use of 60 features. Again, the limit exists because for performance reason, we pre-allocate memory for the features. When the bad file with more than 200 features is propagated to our servers, this limit was hit, resulting in the system panicking. The FL2 Rust code that makes the check and was the source of the unhandled error is shown below. So this code was already there. It was just that like how this code handled the bigger file. Okay. On an value. Okay. So like there's so much to this article, and everyone's just focused on this screenshot. Other impact during the incident. Other systems that rely. It wasn't the person that wrote the code didn't foresee it. It was the person who wrote the code didn't foresee this. Yeah, and they probably like never did a unit test for like a bigger feature file. It never occurred to them that something like this would happen. Okay, this included workers KV and Cloudflare access. Even unwrap would never get hit. What does it do though? What's an unwrap? Okay, state. Option results. Hold, holding. Will return value. Option is none. Unwrap will cause the program to panic. Let some value, some 10. Value will be 10. Okay. Let none value, option a type equals none. When to use unwrap. Discouraged in production code where robust error handling is required. Used in scenarios where you're absolutely certain the value will be present. Okay. In tests. Quickly assert that an operation should succeed and panic if it doesn't, indicating a test failure. During early development prototyping for a quick iteration without implementing full. Okay. Nice. It's like forcing a panic. Oh, Jazz. Who's Jazz?
The bass. Just crushed and
Boing. Okay. Our dashboard was also impacted due to workers KV being used internally and Cloudflare turnstile being deployed. Oh, this is the song. This is the monkey song. You and me ain't nothing, just mammals. Oh yeah. There's no way I can focus on this article with this song in the background. All right, let's try to quickly finish it. Turnstile was impacted by this outage, resulting in customers who did not have an active dashboard session being unable to log in. This showed up as a reduced availability during two time periods from 11:30 to 1:30, between 2:40 to 3:30, as seen in the graph below. Do you guys like using 24-hour timestamp or the 12-hour? What do you guys prefer? Your answer will change how I see you. And it's like, okay, good. 24 is pretty okay. Good. Okay. Good chatters. Good. Good. This is a safe space for you all. If I heard... Don't wait. Actually, no. Don't look at this. Fuck. You can manage in 2 digits and not add the fucking AM and PM. Yeah. Speaking of, I need to fix this. How do I fix it? How do I fix it? I don't want AM PM. Yes. Yes. Scaling control panel reached concurrency, control plane concurrency restored availability at approximately 3:30. Remediation and follow-up steps. Now that our systems are back online and functioning normally, Work has already begun on how we will harden them against failures like this in the future. In particular, we are hardening ingestion of Cloudflare generated config files in the same way we would for user generated input, enabling more global kill switches for features, eliminating the ability for core dumps or other error reports to overwhelm system resources. That was a long hold. Reviewing failure modes for error conditions across all proxy modules. Today was Cloudflare's worst outage since 2019. We've had outages that have made our dashboard unavailable. Some have caused newer features to not be available for a period of time. But in the last 6+ years, we have not had another outage that has caused the majority of our core traffic to stop flowing through our network. An outage like today is unacceptable. We've architected our systems to be highly resilient to failure to ensure traffic will always continue to flow. When we've had outages in the past, it's always led us to building new, more resilient systems. On behalf of the entire team at Cloudflare, I would like to apologize for the pain we have caused the internet today. But honestly, like, you can't really blame. No, don't apologize. I should do that. I'm just giving you shit. Cloudflare. Like, yeah, stuff like this is going to happen no matter how big you are. And, you know, you find the issue, you fix it, you're more resilient in the process. But it's a wake up call to everyone, all of the companies that rely on big cloud and big like companies like Cloudflare to like, they're not fully resilient when they trust just one provider, and they don't have failover mechanisms to, you need a backup, either like something on-prem that you can quickly fail over to, or another cloud that, that's going to keep things running. And security teams can't just point and blame that like it's Cloudflare's fault. It's for them to look inwards for not having mapped out a scenario like this to happen. Yep. And if they have done their due care and due diligence and brought it up with upper management and said like, we are relying on something like Cloudflare, which they are resilient, but there is the chance that they can also be a single point of failure. We need to invest on something else, and just doing that act is more than enough. Now it's like balls on the C-suite's court. Initial symptoms appear to be degraded workers' KV response rate, causing a downstream impact on other Cloudflare services, mitigation such as traffic manipulation. Okay, this is just like the timeline of stuff that happened. All right, test of new file complete. Mean impact resolved. All services resolved. Impact ends. What time was this? 8 p.m. I streamed after 8 p.m. and like 7TV was not working. Cloudflare's Connectivity Cloud protects entire corporate networks, helps customers build internet scale applications efficiently, accelerates any website or internet application, wards off DDoS attacks, keeps hackers at bay, and can help you on your journey to zero trust. Visit 111 from any device to get started with our free app that makes your internet faster and safer. To learn more, okay. Oh, wait, do I follow him? I do. I do. All right, back to music. You had it? Have matched or bubble the error? Too lazy to make this example. Okay, state some value. Okay, that would be value, right? If you run it. Wait. Let OK state. Let unwrap be OK state unwrap. Assert value. And I don't know Rust code. I don't know what this does. Assert EQ value unwrapped. Panic at 8. This panic bad state unwrap. Good so far. We don't get here. Left equals right. Oh, okay. Okay. So assert this to be unwrapped when this is unwrapped. Okay. Print line good so far. Okay, so because they're equal. Okay. Let bad state. Option string equals none. Okay. Okay. Wait, what happened? Oh, wait, no. How do I get here? Good for test. Same thing, but unused variable. This panics. Bad state unwrap. Okay. We don't get here. It won't go. Wait. Comment out 8. But then it doesn't unwrap. It won't go beyond 8. It fails on unwrap. Because value is none. Okay. So, okay, because it, okay, got it. I see now. I see. Now let's look at this. Now we get here. Date unwrap. Okay, state unwrap assert. Yes, we good. Let bad state none. Match bad state. Some value. Expected value. Okay. It doesn't print the line because it's none. Wait. Where's this value from? Man, I'm so rusty with just programming in general. I also don't know Rust. Now unwrap is handled. Unwrap and then handle these. Okay. It's like if yeah. So I used to have money in here. I'm so glad I got it all out and moved to Kraken after that. And this guy's supposedly dead. But I have a feeling he just like escaped. Take care. Nice to do it. Bye. What time is it? 10:35. Damn, son. Sounds good. I'm just stupid, so and haven't looked at code in a bit. And I need to get back into doing that kind of stuff. But the story is crazy. He escaped to India or like traveled to India, and he's probably just hanging out there. And no one could access like the funds in the exchange because he had the cold wallet keys. Made money and ran. We don't know. I don't know what happened with that money. Um, watch a video. Let's change to just chatting. Okay, we'll do this and I call it a day. Hacked by a job interview. What the heck? What happened to Ubisoft? All right. What do you want to look up? Oh, full dog. Way too much. Barely Sociable makes good videos. We can do this. Barely Sociable makes good videos. All right. Get ready.
Today's video is brought.
What happened to Quadriga CX?
Brought to you by Audible. Perhaps the most common question I get asked here on this channel is where I find my topics for my videos. And while I've stumbled across a good amount of stuff online, by far the most consistent way that I've been able to digest complicated and interesting cases has been through audiobooks. I listened to Final Destination Disaster in regards to Flight 980. I listened to the Book of Satoshi and referenced it a lot from my Satoshi series. And finally, in regards to my Silk Road video, I highly recommend a book by the name of American Kingpin by Nick Bolton. There are just certain topics that are best
Nick
enjoyed when you
Bolton.
can actually sit down and dedicate time to the intricacies of a story. And for someone like myself who finds it very hard to just sit down and actually read a book, I highly recommend Audible. Audible has by far one of the best selections for audiobooks to keep you entertained for hours, as the Audible Plus catalog includes thousands of audiobooks, exclusive Audible originals, and podcasts on a variety of subjects. And finding a good rabbit hole to go down is as simple as going to the mystery or true crime section. With all of that being said, try Audible absolutely free for 30 days by going to audible.com/sociable or texting sociable to 500 500. Once again, that's audible.com/sociable or text sociable to 500 500. And thanks once again to Audible for making this video possible. In the world of cryptocurrencies, if there's something I've learned, it's that no company, no matter how legitimate they may seem, is above turning into a completely full-blown Ponzi scheme or scam. Due to the gray area of the industry and varied methods of skirting regulation, it's honestly no wonder you have a new form of
I used to be
criminal
such a
activity
big
from that space
crypto
popping
bro.
up daily. But that being said, the mystery we are
Looking back, I must have been really annoying to my
The
friends.
least talked about, and yet one of the most insane stories from the
Used to be
industry.
like gospel
And I
to
must
me.
say, you know you're in for a treat when you have even the crypto promoters, who rarely say anything negative, say something like this.
When most of my no-coiner friends ask me what is one of the most egregious frauds I know about,
No-coiner friends.
I usually say fractional reserve banking. However, I often sense that this is not the answer that they're looking for. But Guy, you deal with crypto all the time. Tell me about some crypto crime. With a slight frustration, I tell them to Google Quadriga CX.
Their ads. Ad break. What are the commands available? Why is there an hourglass when I put fart? Join your selected team present. There. Oh yeah, this battle royale. Cancel clones 20. Bet. I don't think you can trigger a battle royale. Wonder what happens if I trigger it. Let's see. Oh. All right. To the death. All right. Ads
With
over.
that being said, today let's dive into the mysterious death of Gerald Cotton and the bizarre circumstances surrounding Canada's ex-largest cryptocurrency exchange, Quadriga FinTech Solutions.
Was just me and Jan now.
Cryptocurrency exchange is in hot water, and thousands of clients have millions of dollars in frozen assets with little information.
One of Canada's best-known cryptocurrency exchanges says it does
This was the only way that I could get money out of an exchange into my bank account,
and is seeking
at least in Canada at the time.
parent company of the BC-based Quadriga CX says it lost access to the cryptocurrency.
But after that, I transitioned to local Bitcoin.
In December.
For everyone involved, that as it relates to Gerald Cotton and
But I can't even use local Bitcoin now because there's a lot of like know your customer stuff that got implemented since. Newpointer.
Today we announced charges in what may be the largest
Crypto kind of ruined my life for a bit.
ever brought by the United States.
I made a lot of money. I cashed out a bit. And I lost a lot of money. I went in debt trying to make that back. That was a mistake.
The beginning of this story begins with a Canadian man by the name of Gerald Cotton, a seemingly friendly-looking and clean-cut Canadian business student who was studying business administration at the School of Business in Toronto. Cotton was regarded as charismatic, soft-spoken, and suspiciously wealthy. He was notorious for carrying large sums of cash with him wherever he went and paying for things flat out, never financed. According to an Outline.com article, the guy had more money than he knew what to do with, said Eric Schlutz, who got to know Mr. Cotton at a small flying club in Nova Scotia. I've seen Gary walk through an airport with $50K in cash. That's the scale of the money the guy had. He was a very reasonable person, but if he was going to spend the money, he was going to buy something nice. And while the majority of his lavish spending habits would occur sometime after he graduated college, it's worth noting that his jet-set lifestyle was seemingly only built in a matter of a few years. And the assets included in his fortune were included, but not limited to, 16 properties in Nova Scotia, a
Holy
Cessna
moly.
300 plane, a $600,000
A Cessna.
yacht, and of course a brand new Lexus. And while you'd expect some grandiose come-up story for someone who was doing so well for themselves, getting back to our timeline, after Cotton's graduation in 2010, not much is known for certain, and there's a mysterious 3-year gap right after he graduates until his work history begins in 2013. During this undocumented and mysterious time, however, what we can say for certain, he learned about Bitcoin, he moved to Vancouver from Toronto, and the last thing is that he met his new business partner, Michael Patron.
Michael Patron.
In November of 2013, Cotton appeared fresh in the workforce. Not in an entry-level job, but co-founding and front-running a cryptocurrency exchange business by the name of Quadriga as the CEO and Michael Patron as the co-founder. Now, what I want you to keep in mind is that starting a money exchange business requires a good amount of capital, and Michael Patron's work history didn't really suggest a lot of prior traditional success. We'll talk more about Patron in a bit, but just know for now, he did not fund the entire thing. Nonetheless, Quadriga CX started its operations in Vancouver, Canada at an opportune time. Bitcoin
Oh yeah,
was
they had
becoming
ATMs as well.
due to the popularity and closure of the Silk Road, and this new form of online narcotics trade had made it a
It's crazy
scramble to
he's
see which dark web market would rise to
not in
prominence
prison
next.
anymore.
However, this wasn't the only reason that Quadriga was successful. The other major factor here was that the largest Bitcoin exchange prior was Mt. Gox, and during this time they had
Mt.
lost about
Gox.
850,000 Bitcoins belonging to their customers.
Where is our money?
The timing here could not be more perfect, as this happened in February of 2014, and Quadriga had launched their online platform just a month prior. And after the success of their online platform, they quickly rose to capturing a total of 80% of the market share in Canada over all of the other cryptocurrency exchanges. And while on the surface the company looked to be a smooth operation, if you were to look deeper into the details regarding the company and the people surrounding it, you could see hints of something far more sinister. While on the surface, Quadriga could be seen as a successful business shaping up into its maturity, if you knew the reality of what was going on behind the scenes, it wasn't so much a business as it was Cotton just manning the entire show from his MacBook. Cotton was the sole custodian of all of the cryptocurrency funds on the exchange, and the company itself had no proper accounting software or any proper way of tracking funds or its success. And basically, anytime you tried to pry for details within this company, it would only get more and more suspicious. For instance, one of the main
Get out
ways
if
for
you're
users
rich.
to withdraw money out of the exchange was to
Yeah.
meet at a nondescript location where they could pick up cash. Furthermore, Quadriga didn't have any actual business bank accounts due to the fact
Man.
that no regulated bank would be able to have a client that deals
This
in
UI used to
cryptocurrency
feel like home
due
to
the
me.
posed risk for money laundering.
I mean, it used to
among
be
other
home to me.
regulatory issues. And instead, Quadriga had to use other methods for shifting money around, including a platform credit system, that whenever money was deposited into the exchange, you wouldn't actually hold $1 on their platform, but rather you would be credited one Quadriga buck, to which this could be used to trade
Yeah,
equally on the exchange.
that's kind of stupid.
And the
It
reason
was
for
didn't
this is
count
that
as a
if you were to
dollar.
deposit money into the exchange and then buy straight into Bitcoin, that would be a money transmitting business. And by using this Quadriga buck
With like
token that
Roblox.
was on the platform, they would technically be selling you a token
For
and not
V-Bucks.
transmitting money. Moreover, when money was wired into Quadriga, it wasn't into Quadriga's bank accounts, but rather the money would be wired.
Someone hacked into my Fortnite account. I don't know how. I'm so glad at the time, like, they didn't touch a single V-Buck. I put money into that game.
Into various shell companies, where the banks were unaware of what the transactions were actually intended for, aka money laundering. Here's a list of all of the payment processors they used.
Not just my Fortnite account, my whole PSN account was like yoinked. I think it's because of one of the leaks, that Sony leaks. And I was like, how the hell? I was seeing like that I was active playing Fortnite on PSN. I was like, what's going on? But yeah, they just wanted an account. They just wanted a hacked PlayStation account to play a free game, and they didn't even spend my V-Bucks. I'm like, "Alright."
And
Okay.
two of these were owned by employees of Quadriga, and this shell company was owned by Gerald Cotton's wife. Now, as you can imagine, it's a lot easier to get a bank account for a cryptocurrency exchange if the bank doesn't know what you're actually doing with it. But we're really only scratching the surface with the amount of sketchy money that was involved in this company. The most notorious payment processor on that list was one by the name of Crypto Capital Corp. Crypto Capital Corp was another payment processor that basically had ties to the entire crypto industry. Crypto Capital Corp acted as an unregulated shadow bank to help move laundered funds into a variety of accounts, as well as providing wires for cryptocurrency exchanges. Various people involved in these schemes would set up companies registered in Panama, where all that it was needed to start a company there was a Panamanian citizen to sign off as a registered officer,
Oh, classic
to which
Panama.
the ownership could be obscured due to the strict privacy laws there. And Crypto Capital basically set up an entire network of these types of shell companies. It's worth noting that the registered officer, or the Panamanian citizen that was on the variety
Panamanian
of shell companies associated with Crypto Capital, was a man by the name of Ivan Manuel Molina Lee. And it's also worth noting he was later arrested in 2019 in Poland for laundering about $390 million from Colombian drug cartels using the cryptocurrency exchange Bitfinex. And while we'll get back to Crypto Capital in a moment, let's get back to Quadriga. In 2015, the company was seeking to go public on the Canadian Stock Exchange. And Michael Patron's role in this entire ordeal was basically to help bridge those connections to get the company to go public, to which his share in Quadriga would help him make a return on his initial investment. But that was assuming that Quadriga was actually able to be successful as a company, because at the end of 2014, things were not looking good for Quadriga. And the company had actually suffered a $90,000 net loss with only $22,000 in revenue. Now, considering how poorly records were kept, it's hard to say how factual this actually was. But as it appeared to Michael Patron and other investors in the company, Quadriga was running out of money, and as a result, in February of 2015, Michael Patron would raise capital for the company by seeking out additional investors and putting an additional $150,000 into Quadriga himself and $700,000 from other investors. With another round of funding around March of 2015, Quadriga announced that it would go public through a reverse takeover of another company by the name of Whiteside Capital. However, throughout this year, Quadriga would continue to burn through all of that investor capital, leading to a breaking point in December of 2015, where overnight Gerald Cotton would fire basically everybody from the company, including their regulatory attorney. Because on one of those December nights, Gerald Cotton would sit at his laptop and decide to take the company down a lawless path.
Oof.
It was around this time that Cotton would log into Quadriga and create an account by the name of Chris Marque. And what I want you to keep in mind is that since he owned the back end of the website, he could credit this account with 1 million fake dollars, to which he would then go on to buy 1,700 Bitcoin with that fake money. By February of 2016, Michael Patron had decided that he wanted to cut ties with Quadriga and Cotton altogether. This was after Cotton had told him that he did not want the company to go public anymore. And a month later, the British Columbia Securities Commission had banned Quadriga from going public altogether after they'd failed to submit a proper financial audit. By March of 2016, Quadriga is now a one-man show, and Gerald Cotton would continue to operate with zero oversight. And during the same time, Cotton would go on to fire his money printer up again, buying 370,000 Ethereum. And furthermore, the Bitcoin that he had bought with his fake dollars, he had then transferred on to another exchange and sold it for real money. Fast forward to 2017, and the crypto boom is in full swing. More and more customers are flocking in and wiring money into unregulated exchanges. This means that the companies like Crypto Capital Corp and their various network of bank accounts all around the world that are being used to wire funds to customers are going to start picking up more volume. This would make it only a matter of time before governments would notice and would start freezing accounts that were tied to money laundering. And around June of 2017, Cotton had decided that he wanted a bit more money. He fired up his money printer again and decided to credit his account 100 million fake Quadriga dollars, and he would continue buying up all of the cryptocurrency on his exchange.
This is so much worse than what FTX did.
As June of 2016 would continue on, Cotton was using these funds to trade against his own customers.
But FTX's scale was a lot larger.
95% of the trading activity that took place on Quadriga was done through Chris Marque. meaning that when you logged onto Quadriga, you were quite literally trading against someone with an unlimited credit line, and the people responsible for covering those losses were other customers on Quadriga. This essentially turns the exchange into an insolvent ticking time bomb that will explode the moment new investors stop coming in and people begin to cash out, aka a Ponzi scheme. Fast forward to December of 2017, Bitcoin has reached an all-time high of $20,000 per coin. This is all while Quadriga has continued to struggle to keep up with demands. Users on Reddit begin experiencing delays with their withdrawals. Money is getting congested, and the third-party payment processors that are fraudulently wiring money to these customers are starting to draw more attention. Throughout this time, another shell company processor by the name of Custodian just had $67 million pass through its small business banking account. Cotton had worked with a man by the name of Jose Reyes to set up these extra accounts to process more money. And around December of 2017, Reyes got a bit tempted and decided to transfer $2.3 million to his own personal checking account. This signals the Canadian bank, who just saw a massive deposit, to look into where it was coming from. On January 8, 2018, the Canadian bank freezes that account. Canadian officials begin questioning Reyes as to who is the proper owner of the remaining $23 million. Now the start of 2018. The Bitcoin price has just started to go down. More sellers mean more people cashing out. January 2018. Gerald Cotton prints another $50 million and credits his Chris Marquet account. January 17, 2018. The infamous BitConnect Ponzi scheme has just popped. Users are scrambling in a race to the bottom to get their money out of the BitConnect token. Cotton is now scrambling to fulfill redemption requests, bringing on employees to help with the congestion. If you recall those shell companies from earlier, this is when Cotton seems to become desperate, recruiting a former customer service rep for his company to open a bank account and run money through. March 2018, Canadian officials send an email to Cotton questioning the usage of the funds found in Reyes' account. Cotton never responds.
What are you doing?
Meanwhile, in America, in April of 2018, trafficking sting has just taken place on a website formerly known as Backpage. 7 individuals are charged in relation to the sting. As a result, the Backpage CEO ends up getting charged as well.
Backpage sounds like a prostitution website.
Money laundering and conspiracy to facilitate prostitution. Backpage's CEO agrees to cooperate with the investigation, and as it turns out, Backpage was using
it is sex trafficking website. Never mind.
As a result, the U.S.'s investigation stumbles upon a network of accounts tied to crypto capital via the Backpage seizures. The domino effect is in full swing.
Playing League ranked.
Polish authorities have just arrested
and losing
Molina Lee and seized $390 million.
But having fun because you're blaming the other side.
Crypto capital's cover has been completely blown, and the U.S. authorities have just seized a total of $850 million across the network of bank accounts, including all the
kind of miss League. Winning AF, nice.
Bitcoin's price is down 65%. And with crypto capital unable to process payments,
how far are you into the game?
Gerald Cotton can no longer keep up with deposits. It's only a matter of
I'm kind of itching to play Sona. Maybe play like a little league after. I'll load it up. 33 minutes.
Well, you have... By mid-2018, Quadriga is
13 minutes.
As a direct revolving door. New customer deposits are being used to directly fund withdrawals, and there's no new money to keep the scheme going. Users on Reddit are demanding they receive their withdrawals and are being given excuses like Canada's banks are the ones responsible for the delays. Overall, Cotton has effectively stripped the platform for hundreds of millions by using unlimited amounts of fake dollars to trade against his customers. And not only that, he's also spoofed his customers' balances and sold them fake cryptocurrency as well. To visualize just how bad
this is so much worse than
by the Ontario's
FTX.
Securities Commission. And after a thorough forensic investigation, it's believed that around January of 2018, around $180 million was actually left on the exchange, and the outstanding liabilities were around $900 million. By 2018, Cotton knows he can't keep this up much longer, and he needs to buy time to escape his responsibility. And in March of 2018, he ended up depositing $24 million back that he had stolen. From August to December, Cotton transfers an additional $10 million that he had taken for himself, just to make it seem like a good faith effort was going into getting money back. And on October 8th, 2018, Cotton would get married to his longtime girlfriend. And just a month later, Cotton would sign a will leaving all of his belongings and all of his shares to Quadriga to his wife. 3 days after signing his will, Cotton takes him and his wife to India, to which the purpose of this trip was apparently twofold. The first 8 days were to celebrate their honeymoon, and the final 4 days are supposedly to help set up and finalize an orphanage they'd sponsored. And on December 8th, 2018 at 5:15 p.m., Cotton and his wife would land in Hapur, India. And just after checking into a 4-night stay at their hotel by the name of Oberoi Rajvilas, Cotton would supposedly get sick and then taken to Fort Escort's private hospital. And a day later, he apparently dies from complications related to Crohn's disease, with the official cause of death being cardiac arrest. And I want to add that dying from Crohn's disease itself is very unlikely. However, there are certain complications that can occur. And despite the uncommon circumstances for his death, that's not what makes me doubt the story. Because apparently, it's fairly easy to get fully registered and signed fake death certificates in India. In a report done by the Science Channel in 2013, they videoed themselves going undercover to buy a death certificate that was fully signed by the local registry and fully authenticated. And the events that occur after Cotton's death are even more suspicious. On December 10th, the doctor of the Mahatma Gandhi Medical College refused to process an embalming certificate for Cotton, basically because a hotel representative showed up.
You can take a shower after playing with me.
Back at their hotel. And she also stated that any time bodies were sent to her from Fortis Hospital,
I thought you were
they
winning.
were sent in an ambulance. And instead, Cotton's body was allegedly taken to the SMS Medical College, to which they are the ones who processed the embalming certificate and asked fewer questions.
Yeah,
According to the
after
Globe
this.
and Mail, the person in charge of the anatomy department there didn't even see the body, and the embalming certificate was processed by a junior staffer. And finally, a death certificate received by the Globe and Mail lists his death place as the Oberoi Rajvilas, while a later death certificate that was obtained by CoinDesk lists the place of death as Fortis Hospital. And if that wasn't enough, the name on the death certificate was even misspelled, naming him as Gerald Cottan. And I want you to keep in mind that taking a body back in a plane requires extra paperwork. For one, you need the death certificate, but we know that Gerald Cotton's wife had left on December 10th, as she checked out at the Oberoi at 3:04 p.m. And she also wrote an email to the orphanage stating that the couple could not attend because Gerald Cotton had died and she had to bring the body home. Is there anything I should be aware of when opening this bag? Anything sharp? Anything that'll pop out of me? Just so I know.
Oh, just my dead husband, eh?
Dead husband? Yes. Do you have any paperwork to go along with this? Oh no. And on December 14th, back in Canada, a closed casket service was held, and he was subsequently put into the ground. And perhaps the most selfish part of this whole story is the fact that the orphanage didn't even have enough money to actually finish setting up. As Cotton's donation didn't build an orphanage, it only provided enough for the materials, and that operator was forced to take on debt equivalent to 7 years of his income.
No.
And moreover, Cotton's widow didn't announce his death until over a month later. When she would finally update everyone, she would write, "Jerry cared deeply about honesty and transparency, values he lived by both his professional and personal life. He was hardworking and passionate, with an unwavering commitment to his customers, employees, and family." And that it was around this time that people stopped being able to pull their cryptocurrency out of the exchange, to which the company would list a notice that they are now pausing operations. And up until this time, people were still allowed to deposit into Quadriga, meaning that people depositing towards the end of Quadriga's existence didn't realize that they were depositing their money in to cover spoofed assets that were sold before. And on January 29th, she would take Cotton's name off the ownership of 4 properties and would take out collateral mortgages on all of them and place them in a separate trust, to which she was the sole owner, and this would protect those assets from creditors. This was all while none of the customers knew that Quadriga was insolvent.
What's going on?
And on the 31st, the website would finally announce it's
Bill.
bankrupt, with their inability to pay out customers being that this was some completely unforeseeable
Yeah, it's because of that one
event,
idiot.
and that Gerald Cotton only had enough foresight to leave $100,000 for his chihuahuas, but none for his very legitimate business.
So tell me your reaction when you found out that the CEO had died and taken the passwords with him.
I'm not sure if it's the true story. You never know.
Who I share half a name with.
Right, because there's some people suggesting that maybe he's not dead. Is that what you mean?
Yes, there are some theories. Of course, they're just theories. We don't know for sure. I think it sucks that a lot of people lost a lot of money. Obviously, I'm not as affected as others who have lost much more, but it's still it sucks that I thought I
Was your
trusted
no?
him because it was a
Do
community
not
service
associate me with that guy.
And
You know this Donald Boat guy? I like him. I like his tweets. He's funny. Like, and the way he went about like making, like, you know, getting gifts, Amazon gifts from like bigger people in tech Twitter. I mean, like, he was playing the role of the jester, right? And people found him funny, and then he'll be like, he will he will link an item from Amazon, and then they buy it for him, and that was funny. This dude saw that and crashed out. He's like, oh, so this guy just goes around begging for stuff. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna beg for like money. uh but he was not doing it in a funny way. He's like, just give me money so I can buy something for myself, and so I can work a job, blah blah blah. He ended up getting like cash to buy himself a Mac, and all he does is post slop to get his impression count. Hi Kes, what's up? Welcome in.
I guess that didn't work out.
The media latched onto this story just being as simple as they had a bunch of money and they just didn't have the password for it. But that just wasn't the case. We do know for a fact from the investigation that the cold wallets that were used to store cryptocurrency were emptied as far back as April of 2018, right around the time that Crypto Capital had their account seized. And it's worth noting that the exchange Kraken has posted a $100,000 reward towards any information that helps them find out what happened to those funds. According to the claims filed.
And the funny thing about that dude is, like, he was gooning to a person, like the person that he attacked, for like 2.5 years. He's been like reply guying her for like 2.5 years, and she's made it pretty like clear early on that she was trans, right? um and somehow in the like in the last 2 days he found out, and like he just felt like so betrayed by the whole thing, and he crashed out. He was like, this Abdul guy who would call themselves Abdul. Abdul is half a name. You know what Abdul means? Abdul means slave of, or servant of, right? So it's half a name. So my name is Abdul Ilah, and Ilah means God, right? It's another way to say Allah. So Abdul Ilah is a servant of God. And in Islam, 99 names of Allah. God has 99 names or attributions, right? So they would throughout like, so like there's Ar-Rahman, so like most of or entirely merciful, especially merciful, king, owner, dominion, pure and perfect, giver of peace, security of faith, guardian, witness, overseer, the Mu'min, Muhaymin, Aziz, Al-Jabbar. So like he has 99 attributes. So you usually combine Abdul with that attribute. So it'll be like Abdul Khaliq, Abdul Jabbar, Abdul Aziz. You never like, you can't refer to me as Ilah, because that would mean you're calling me God, which I'm not. But you can call me Abdul Ilah. You can't call me Abdul. That means you're telling me that I'm your slave. And that's how like people would, you know, back when slavery was common, or having servant were common, they'd call their slaves Abdul. But yeah, there's half a name. So who would call themselves Abdul willingly? And I get really pissed off if someone calls me like either Abdul or just Ilah. And that's why I like going with Abu. I'd rather be your father.
Filed on behalf of Quadriga, 25.6 thousand Bitcoin, 11,000 Bitcoin Cash, 11,000 BSV, 35,000 Bitcoin Gold, and 430,000 Ether are missing in relation to Quadriga's cold wallets. And at the time of me making this video, the total sum of all that currency I just listed is around $1.85 billion still missing. And while you might expect this video to end here with a couple speculations from me, if you recall at the beginning of this video, I mentioned a suspicious 3-year gap in Cotton's work history. So what was Cotton doing prior to Quadriga, and how did he have all that money to fund the entire thing in the first place?
And what do you believe is the factor that brought you guys from where you started to how big you guys got?
So one of the differences between Quadriga CX and a lot of our competitors is that I come from a background where I've dealt with digital currencies in the past. So I know the challenges that Bitcoin exchanges and any sort of digital currency faces.
Bastion or Alfred? Alfred's a good butler. Alfred is Batman's butler, right?
I think a lot of people don't understand that Bitcoin and digital currencies aren't necessarily a new concept. And often the same schemes are repeated throughout history. Some people might question how did Cotton think to do all of this at such a young age? But
Who is Tintin's butler? Or Captain Hook's butler? Not it's Captain Hook? Not Captain Hook. Captain Haddock.
Business and Cotton's admission stating, "We have a lot of experience with digital currencies and the challenge they face," is probably one of the few truths the guy ever told.
Nestor.
In regards to Michael Patron and Quadriga, it does appear that Gerald Cotton turned
Favorite butler all time, the best of them all. All right, we have an ad. We got an ad. 1 minute. No, wait, you're Fardeen, right? Right? No, this is not. No, wait. Which one are you, Mr. Hot Dog Flavor Water? All right.
his back.
10 seconds. 4 more minutes. And we're back.
On Patron. But it's also worth noting that Michael Patron has changed his name. But he was formerly known as a man by the name of Omar Dahani. And he changed his name twice because he was a convicted felon that laundered money for an identity theft ring by the name of Shadow Crew. Patron got to start accepting Western Union money orders, and he would mix your money with a digital currency called e-gold that once again accepted bank wires in exchange for the token. Consequently, Patron was deported from the US, and it seems that he started working on something called M-Gold Exchange with Gerald Cotton, another currency exchange that was around in 2008, and there were quite a few options for digital currencies at the time. One of the larger currencies before Bitcoin was Liberty Reserve, and the premise was simple. $1 was 1 Liberty Reserve, and you could send money to anybody else who had an account on the network for a small fee that would go to Liberty Reserve, where they would take 1% on all transactions. However, Liberty Reserve could only be traded through exchanges where they would take a fee. The main difference here between this and something like PayPal is that you didn't need any identity verification or any kind of regulation and just needed an email. And the company, which operated out of Costa Rica, grew to 1 million users by the time it was shut down. To which, when it was shut down, it was labeled as the largest money laundering case in the United States history. As you can imagine, Liberty Reserve brought forth all of your usual activity. And when the US finally seized Liberty Reserve, it resulted in a massive data dump that showed all of the accounts and their balances on the network. Going through the government exhibits, the connection to Cotton and Patron is visual within one of the millions of accounts. In the row containing mgold.com, you can see the first and last name Omar Patron and the email account gerald.cotton@gmail.com. This account contained a balance of 5 million Liberty Reserve. And Liberty Reserve shut down in 2013, and it just so happens that Cotton and Patron would found Quadriga later that year. And wait, there's more, because Cotton also had multiple accounts on Quadriga, to which his main alternate alias was Scepter, that linked to a extensive
Gary.
scamming history, including a forum dedicated to Ponzi schemes by the name of Talk Gold, to which Patron was friends with a user by the name of Scepter. And Scepter joined Talk Gold in 2003, meaning that he was likely in his teens when he started doing this. His past scams included a Ponzi investment program by the name of Lucky Invest and SNS Investments, which can all be found on the closed/scam section of Talk Gold. And these services claim to offer 103% returns in 48 hours. And it appears that Cotton's history also included shilling services. Basically, you would pay him money and he would go on a bunch of sock puppet accounts and make your investment scheme seem legit. This all ties into a Black Hat forum account by the name of Murdoch1337, where he made a post stating in 2012 that he was looking for a programmer who was familiar with Bitcoin to develop a website that was very similar to Bitstamp. And you can find ads on another website where he left his Skype name for the exact same purpose. The Skype name was Jerry WC, or scepter at countermail.com. Murdoch1337 is Gerald Cotton, and it just so happens that his Black Hat World account was active August 2019, long after your boy was in the ground. So either this was some investigation looking into this account, which I doubt, or Mr. Cotton didn't actually pass away. If so, where is he right now? I'd love to know what you guys think, because there are quite a few people that are looking for him, especially if it means redeeming the $100,000.
What do you do, hot dog flavor water?
I guess only time will tell if Gerald Cotton will come back from the dead. This is Barely Sociable. Have a good night.
Very nice. Very nice. Wow. Not gonna forget this. Also, Kevin tweeted, maybe Google would rehire me to run this. Okay, let's do a game of League to tie things off. Game League. Yes. Get the tunes. What are we feeling? Look at this radio, GTA radio. Take care, Neil Pointer. Thanks for hanging. Draft peak. Beast, have a good night. Middle. Good night, lovely. Ooh, media. Doo 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 doo. And this bird you cannot change. Oh, wow, wow, wow. The bird you cannot change. Lord knows I can't change. My head hurts. I hope this is going to be a quick game. I think I know who I want to raid out to as well. Will be good. Sheet. I'm rusty. It's gonna be a rough ride. Do, 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 do. Oh, is the league? Yes. Normal. The chances of getting Sona in ARAM is weak. Oh, this is what the help pot looks like. It's Christmas themed. Oh no. And this bird you cannot change. Oh wow wow wow.
30 seconds until minions spawn. A summoner has reconnected.
Lord knows I can't change. Why are you recalling? Why are you recalling? Yay, 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 yay. Lord, I can't change. Ah, we bird.
A summoner has
No,
reconnected.
don't remake. This is one that got disconnected.
Emotion, love, those are the real
Classic League. Oh, there's a bit of lag. Do I need to turn the quality down?
A summoner has reconnected. The joy of an audience is always worth it. A summoner has reconnected.
Damn it.
Delicately.
Yeah, I might need to turn the quality down a bit. Oh no, not mid-game. It's better now. Oh, bow, 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 bow.
The symphony never ends.
The possibility of being matched with low elo players because I've been not playing for a bit. But also I am a low elo player. How's Beauty ranked up to bronze today? Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum.
A summoner has reconnected.
No!
Which arrangement suits the mood? Remember to wait for your cue.
Higher rank than you? No, she's relatively new to the game. I think she started playing last year. So did you? Oh shit. I started playing in like 2012, 2011. She's gotten really good though. She's got good coaches, people behind her helping. All my coaches have given up on me. I zone out so easily, man. Especially in this game. I'm just like clicking on things. It's just eye candy. Bow down, bow. Hold the line. Do, do, do. Nice. Yes. Careful. Hold the line. Ba-da-da. We are doing good for a bad start. No! Okay. You got this. No! Rip. Get him. Get him. So did you win your your last game? Oh, I should have gotten the sweepers. That's okay. Hold the line. Oh no, sorry for stealing.
An enemy has been slain.
You win. Nice. In game again. And how's this one looking? No, they're frame drops. Not cool. I need to bring it down a bit. Or
Connects us all.
damn, that Blitzcrank being sneaky.
An enemy has been slain.
Hot together.
The tempo changes, and so do we.
What happened to my game?
Destroyed a turret. Mastery is the first step. The rest is what you do with it.
Oh no.
An enemy has been slain. Art is something everyone can share.
Hot together.
Emotion. An enemy has been slain. Real instruments. Step lively.
Oof, good. What a narrow escape. Okay, need to sweep our jungle. My bottom lane loves me.
The joy of an audience is always worth it. Turret plating will fall soon. Symphony never ends. Killing spree. An ally has been slain. I find inspiration in every smile and every tear. An ally has been
Battle, battle.
Play on. Which arrangement suits you? Practice makes perfect.
Top lane.
Your turret has been
Around.
destroyed.
Around. Eh.
Stage 1. Race to your just
No.
An enemy has been slain. Hear and feel everything. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
Allegro. King or commoner, everyone loves a show. Never be afraid to listen. Everything in harmony. Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay, I gotta use flash. I'm gonna bait them though.
The right song can soothe the soul.
Going good so far. Being a menace.
Ally has been slain. A true masterpiece should celebrate living.
This Riven is that's her name, right? Riven? Sivir, sorry. You got locked in. Nice. Oh, I'm cooked. Die, bitch. Ah! No, execute. Fuck.
An enemy has been slain.
How did I not land a hit? We have an ad in a minute. God damn it, Twitch. You really need the ads to make a profit.
Once more with feeling.
Pow, 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 pow.
Life is a beautiful ballad.
Get ripped. How do you whisper to someone else? Crimson lucidity.
Magic is like a song. It's woven into everything. Waiting.
Backlash R. Respond. Oh. Next way. Like that? Nope. Fuck. I don't know.
Stir the music of the heart.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Triple time. The tempo changes, and so do we.
We need to keep them around. Oh.
This is no ordinary instrument. More like an old friend.
An ally has been slain.
Hello, hello, hello.
Accelerated movement.
All right.
The world is cruel. Until that changes, I'll never stop playing.
Ta-da. Take care. Have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging. No, don't worry.
Everyone can share.
Good night. I'll see you tomorrow if I'm live. Oh, we're gonna win this. Feel it in my bones.
My music is my voice.
Do they know I'm here? They don't. Oh, he does. Oh, I don't have any mana. I think I focus on healing. No.
I find inspiration in every smile and every tear. Art bridges the gap between people. Governments, not so much.
I shouldn't have wasted that there.
Which arrangement suits the mood? Step lively. Practice makes perfect.
Oh, you should come be the man eater.
I'll play any stage once. Some just the once. Accelerated movement.
Beautiful. Wow. Just push the mid.
Never be afraid to listen. You're doing fine.
Damn it! I pushed too hard. It's okay. We're doing good. Mana scaling. Buff attackers. Mana scaling. All right. Watch out, watch out.
An enemy has been slain. Old souls and soothes hardened hearts. It is my greatest joy.
Set to rest. Don't cry no more. Bound. Yes. Noise and confusion. Yeah, this illusion. I was soaring ever higher. Right, let's wrap it up. Gonna sleep well and get a lot done tomorrow to make up for the lack of not doing things today. I hear you sigh. What did I get? Oh, wayward son. Oh, ho, ho. Yes, the people that I honored me. Rest. Don't you cry no more. You're in out of season. But before we go, this song always reminds me of that scene. Oh, stop it. No. Again. Okay, the person I want to raid it out. I was sorry never higher. All right. Can do either Jesse or Alan or Fajunda. Fajunda playing Reeg.
Right, so Anivia's not a major.
I'm essentially Singe
Here, let's go raid.
I'm literally a shadow.
It's busy, so let's raid Alan. I like Alan.
Wait, it's fine. I have Lux support.
Bye everyone. Thanks for hanging. Say hi to Alan.
I'm funny quiet way
Bye, Keith.
tomorrow.